Hello, and welcome back to the studio. I'm Dr. Wiggo, and today we're going to be diving back into this guy. That's right, the Vision Pro. There's been some things that have happened, and there's some rumors about what's about to happen, and I want to talk about all that. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to dive back in here. Y'all will come with me. Well, in the flat 2D crappy version. I'm going to dive back in here. I'm going to talk about a couple of new episodes of Apple Immersive Experiences on Apple TV+. I can't show you because of copy protection, and even if I could, you don't want to see it that way. You need to see it in here. You need to see it around you. If you're just watching it flat on a screen, it's TV. This isn't TV. This is something completely different. So I'm going to dive in there and do that. Then, because one of you asked in the comments about the IMAX app and that, well, I'll run into the IMAX app and show you a little trailer, which isn't copy protected. You still don't get the idea, because you're going to see, like, when you capture anything in here, like the IMAX app, it's going to look like a screen, and it's even going to be tilted. Well, it's not like that in here. In here, it's like here to here, not like that. Don't worry about that. That's not what it looks like in here. I'm just trying to show you what it's like, and I can't because you have to go in here to see. But then, after that, I'm going to show you Marvel's What If, which is amazing. I couldn't believe how good this is. I don't even like animated stuff. I haven't watched the What If series on Disney because I'm not into animation. But this, yeah, I could live like this. And again, what you're going to see is nothing like what it's really like. I mean, there's people who've uploaded the whole thing because they didn't copy protect it. I guess they're trying to promote Marvel and What If and whatever, but it's not copy protected. So there's at least 2 videos where guys run through the whole thing, which I advise you not to watch, because watching it flat 2D is just that you're not getting the experience, because this thing, as you'll see, jumps between immersive and then kind of flat screen and then AR and VR. It does everything that the Vision Pro will do. And it's a showcase for the Vision Pro, and I imagine that's why they did it. It's also a showcase for Disney. It's a showcase for the What If series, which they're running on Disney+. And by the way, on the thing, when you're in there, it says, want to go watch the series now after you finish? It's astonishing. And then we'll come back up here, and I'll tell you about some rumors, some good rumors that we may find out if they're true in just a matter of weeks. So I'm pretty excited. So how it's going to work is we're going to dive in here, and then so the next chapter will be me not showing you the Apple Immersive Experiences that I can't really show you, but I'll talk about them. Then the IMAX thing. Then the next chapter will be the What If. And that's kind of long, so if you get bored, feel free to skip. I've edited it down. I'm only doing the very beginning and not even all of that, and I'm doing like a little bit of the tutorial so you can have an idea what it's like, but you don't have an idea what it's like until you're inside, because it is amazing. And then the chapter after that, which you can skip to if you get bored with my overly long What If, and it's not very long. We'll come back out here and talk about the rumors. Come with me, and you'll see. So the first thing I want to show you that I really can't show you because of copy protection, and even if I could, you wouldn't really get the full impact, because this is a completely immersive thing that's pretty much unbelievable unless you experience it for yourself. But Apple's Immersive Adventure, they've added a new episode as of May 24th, which is the parkour episode. The first episode was highlining. Watching someone wire walk across Norway's fjords, yeah, it's scary enough. But this is parkour in Paris, and it's really amazing, and they jump right in front of you and across you. But I can't show you that. And the other thing I can't show you is the Prehistoric Planet Immersive show. They have added a new episode as of April 19th, the Triceratops Forest. It's only 5 minutes long, but they're adding content, and that's the important thing. Before we get into the main course, which of course is Disney's What If, someone asked about the IMAX app, and is it really as good as it said? Well, let me show you. Because this I can show you because they have a preview. Now it's 3D, you won't see the 3D, but you'll get an idea of what it's like sitting in the IMAX theater inside Vision Pro. Now, so you're sitting in an IMAX theater. In fact, it says IMAX over there on the wall on the left, and it says IMAX over there on the wall on the right. And you're sitting in the prime spot.
One of these Hanford Cubs is about to be chosen for the mission of a lifetime. Her objective? Help expand the wild panda population.
So as you can see, you're sitting in an IMAX theater, and they have the 3D. Beautiful Planet is free. The other ones cost money. And then they have their 2D documentaries. Not a lot wide selection. Oh, and they do have trailers, which I can also show you. I can't show you the Deadpool and Wolverine trailers because they're not safe for work and they're not safe for YouTube. I don't want to get demonetized. But I can show you a little bit of the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes trailer.
Are you familiar with the concept of evolution? In their time, humans were capable.
You know, for me, it was filling my entire field of view, but not past my field of view. So it was like from there to there. Now, the main event and the main thing that gives me a lot of hope for the future of Vision Pro is the Marvel Studios What If app. And for God knows what reason, it's not copy protected. You can record it. And in fact, there are recordings of people doing the whole thing, which I'm not going to do. I'm not going to spoil anything here because you really need to experience it. Yeah, not so amazing, huh? But watch this. Minor spoilers, I'll show you there's a lot of episodes. But I'm only going to show you the very beginning. Now, this looks like it's on the screen, right? But it's all around me. In my living room. Look at the size of that thing.
Time, space, reality. It's more than a linear path. It's a prism of endless possibilities, where a single choice can branch into infinite realities, and where a simple change in perspective can turn enemies into allies, sacrifice into hope. I am the Watcher. I am your guide through these vast new realities, but I cannot, must not intervene. That's where you come in. Your world is facing an unprecedented threat. Multiversal villains have broken from their destinies, altering their fate. If not corrected, it could destroy not only their reality, but yours as well. Their goal, the Infinity Stones, artifacts that grant control over existence itself. While they each command equally incredible abilities, the Soul Stone is special. Prophecy speaks of the Soul Stone choosing a hero, and out of every single life, every soul in the multiverse, you have been chosen. Of course, you'll need something to channel all that power, and I know just the one who can help. Master Wall. Good to see you.
Watcher. Just once, I'd like you to summon me for something other than the fate of all existence.
I've brought what you asked for. The spells of Agamotto. I trust this should make us even for that business on the astral plane. Don't you remember?
Of course.
That said, I am perplexed. Why do you need these spells? You can already handle Infinity Stones.
Oh, it's not for me.
Absolutely not. You want me to give these spells to this person?
Dangerous beings are hunting Infinity Stones across realities. And they must face them. The hero of the multiverse.
What a stupid name. In untrained hands, these spells could fracture their very being across reality. It could fracture all reality.
Well, trust me. And quit scaring them.
Fine. Magic for everybody. Hooray.
Long before he forged the Eye, the great sorcerer Agamotto created the Hand of Agamotto. A spell crafted to contain all 6 Infinity Stones. It allows the chosen sorcerer to use the stones in every reality across the multiverse. Hold up the hand you want to do magic with, hero.
Now, you may take the stone.
Well, learning to use a single Infinity Stone could take you years. All 6 could take you decades.
They don't have that kind of time.
Fine. Give me 5 minutes. Let's go, first year. Good. Now we're alone. These are unusual circumstances. Strange prophecies, villains hunting Infinity Stones. It's the first I'm hearing of such things. Still, you should be able to pass a few simple tests of skill, hero. Form a fist with your hand to conjure a defensive shield. Now, defend yourself. Good. You can do better. Again. Good. Let's see if you can handle this. Impressive. Let's see what else you can do. Behold, the Space Stone. Locked away after causing all the destruction you see here. Don't get any bright ideas. If you can't pass my tests, I'll take back the stones, and you can safeguard your reality with good intentions. Now socket the stone like before. You now have control over the very fabric of space. Oh, Ancient One, forgive me. And your first task shall be to clean up my mess. Aim your open hand towards one of the books. Close your fist to control it. Well done. Now move the book to... Good. Now shelve the other books. Impressive. Perhaps there is something to this prophecy. Here, your last spell. The spell of sealing. This spell is devastating and not to be taken lightly. With this, you'll be taking a life and trapping it in the Soul Stone for eternity. So let's practice on something a little lower stakes. What? It's funny. I'm funny. We may need that later. Okay, now the spell of sealing. Match what the Hand of Agamotto is doing. I know it's thrilling, but magic is not a thing to take lightly. You're going to be faced with a choice. All who use the Infinity Stones are. I remain skeptical of this entire situation, so watch your back. Welcome to the circus. I must admit, Watcher, they are more capable than they appeared.
Of course. They were chosen.
I will do my part and fortify the defenses for the Time Stone. And hey, you, hero, try not to destroy the multiverse while you're at it.
Don't worry. He's a really good guy. It is time. Your first threat to the multiverse. A dangerous being has set their eyes on the Reality Stone. And it is up to you to stop them and recover it. Thanos, father to Gamora and Nebula. In some universes, Thanos collects the Infinity Stones and destroys half of all life. But here, in this new reality, Thanos is not yet the Mad Titan. He is simply a criminal.
Okay, I don't want to spoil anything, but let me just tell you, it's pretty amazing and I enjoyed it very much. Well, let's go back to me in the studio for some more news. Well, what'd you think? Pretty cool, huh? I love that Marvel What If. It's amazing. I scrolled through so you could see all the chapters. There's a lot of little stories and a lot of little interactions. And it flips between, as you saw, AR and VR and flat screen. It does everything. And again, you get no idea. What you saw is not what it's like. I don't want you to say, well, that's not such a big deal. That Marvel logo at the beginning, I even said it while it was going on. To you, it looked like it was kind of flat, but it was coming from behind me and surrounding me and then moving over. Well, you saw it when it got over here and spread out across my living room in giant letters. It's an amazing experience. And you got to experience it here. I'm willing to bet Apple's going to start letting people use that What If as a demo when they're trying out this thing. They won't let you play the whole thing probably because, you know, they got other people. But if you're on the fence about this thing, go look at that. Speaking about being on the fence, let's talk about the new rumors. So the rumor has been going on for a while now that at WWDC, which is this week, coming up in just a few days, they're going to announce VisionOS 2.0. Now, that doesn't mean release. That means announce. Any forward movement is good for me. They're keeping my hope alive. That's why I titled this video A New Hope, because I have kind of given up on this except for the 3D stuff. But this immersive stuff and the other things, and I'm sure they're going to get to the productivity stuff and make that all awesome and everything. But again, I don't care. I'm practically retired. I don't really need this for productivity work. What I want is an escape. And boy, can you escape. That What If. Oh, what an escape. So Vision Pro OS 2.0 or VisionOS 2.0. I can't keep up. They have so many TV OS, iOS, iPad OS. Better rumor is that they're going to start releasing this worldwide. So my subscriber in England, July. I don't know if this is true, but the fact that if they announce VisionOS 2.0 next week and then start the worldwide rollout in July, maybe y'all will get VisionOS 2.0 on your new machines. I am filled with hope. The What If is very rewatchable. It's only about an hour or so. If there's videos you can go watch. I advise you not to because you won't understand. It's not a 2D thing. It's a 3D, 4D. Because I was trying not to turn my head when I was recording, because people have been complaining about the jiggling. I can't help it. I couldn't turn my head. But like when you turn your head, because it goes all around. And when when the watcher is talking, if you turn around over here, well, his voice stays right there. Even, you turn your head in the spatial audio. I can't tell you how impressed I was with that What If. Now, I believe this is just my belief. I think that was supposed to be a launch title, and it took them this much longer to finish it. But they did it. They did an awesome job. There's no way they started this in January. This is not a 6-month cycle to get this thing out. So this was probably aimed for launch, and then they just missed by 6 months. But it really gives me hope. I mean, my hope is alive again. I think the Vision Pro, yes, it still hurts my face. I'm learning to deal with it. One of the things I learned to do is when it's on, I'm not going to put it on because it'll mess up my hair and I look terrible. But when it's on, if I pull down back here like that, it pulls the weight up, so it takes this weight off of here. So if you're using the double loop band, you just have to every now and then reach back and tug down a little right here. It lightens up the load. That's really all I have for today. I'm just excited, and I wanted to share my excitement with you. Now, I could have waited another week and talked about the WWDC stuff, but I wanted to do this now, and then next week, maybe, we'll get into the WWDC stuff, depending on how big the announcements were, or something else. You never know with me. It's whatever shiny thing catches my fancy. That's it for today. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time. Bye-bye. I'm going to go play What If some more because I didn't finish it quite yet. Thanks for staying to the end. Bye-bye.